This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 826. I'm Brian Kilby. And guys, please just, I'm not feeling great. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. So if I nod off during all this Rise of the Beast news, I apologize up front. But you shouldn't, because we have Don here, and Don is going to pump you up.
I'm here to pump you up.
Yes. And Matt is super excited about all the Rise of the Beast news.
No, I am definitely going to nod off during the Rise of the Beast news.
There's Rob.
Hello.
Rob
I will probably stay awake unless we have like a big third-party block. That used to be my nap time.
Oh, yeah. We haven't had that in a while. Chris.
What?
Yep. Diecast.
Third party?
Yeah. So, I know, for the last, how long have I had kids now? 5 years? Last 5 years, I've spent, most of the show sick. I'm sick again. And, I'm on my 8th or 9th energy drink today. You would think I would be wide awake, but I'm not.
Well, no, your body's built up a tolerance to caffeine and various other chemicals.
And to antibodies, or antibiotics, I mean.
Yeah, so, I am dragging right now. So, hopefully, we're going to have some exciting news. Let's start off with Hasbro sends out press release to fan media announcing the return of plastic windowed packaging. So the important thing in this story is when they sent me the news, it was like, "Hi, Chris, here's some news for you." And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So this seemed to set people off. I don't know if people are happy or sad. I don't care. I
think it's good. I think it's good.
I don't care.
I think especially not for Transformers specifically, but for Marvel and Power Rangers and everything.
So
I want to see
your toy. You want to see your toy? Yes.
Yeah.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, no, that's the main thrust of this, I think, is just, collector items. You can't see or inspect the toy before you buy it. I imagine there's probably some pushback from the stores. They're having to take more returns on stuff that has defects, after they're purchased, where otherwise the stuff would just link. Well, that too.
Well, the theft is the open packaging.
Yeah.
That's a major problem.
But, like the Star Wars and Marvel stuff and the Power Rangers stuff all having completely closed packaging where you can't see it at all. That's a big problem for, checking over the toys, and the stores are going to see a lot of returns when people open it and there's a big paint splotch or a part missing or something, and the stores aren't going to be happy about that. The stores would rather have the stuff just sit there on the pegs unsold where they can just make the manufacturer buy it back eventually than have to deal with the returns and the bookkeeping around that.
Yeah, I would say you're right.
Yeah, I like what they were trying to do with the plastic free packaging initiative, but I am not at all surprised that they have to backtrack on this.
Now, what they are doing different is this is going to be either through biological-based PET plastic, which I'm not sure exactly. It's some kind of plant-based plastic. I don't know exactly what the processes are in making that. Or it's going to be recycled PET plastic, but either way, it's going to be lower environmental impact than if it's, fresh manufactured PET.
To be fair, they had to spin it that way as
of course.
Yeah.
It's just, but I believe this, even though it's because Blade said in the chat about thank you, how we're seeing the price. No matter what they do on the packaging, the prices of the toys are still going up. So there's no cost savings being passed along to the customer. I just don't want them to use this as an excuse to raise the prices even more, even when we've seen it.
You don't need an excuse.
I'm just saying we've seen.
No, but they'll take everyone they can get.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Don, I wouldn't worry about the price of the packaging being that much of an issue, because even if it is a couple cents more, or maybe a cent or two more each package, they'll make it up on, if it decreases returns.
Right. I see why. I'm just saying that going to plastic free did not give us a drop in prices.
And they never said it was.
It was never about that. It was about environmentally friendly.
I don't want them going back and then using it as an excuse to raise the prices, because it's
they don't need an excuse.
Prepare to be
I think,
disappointed.
like Brian said. Yeah, they don't. They're going to go up.
Yeah.
We've seen that over the years.
Right, I know. I'm just saying. I hope it doesn't do that. But
No, I mean, it was a good idea to try to eliminate as much plastic as possible from the packaging for, the appearance of environmentalism. But, obviously no one was ever happy with that move from the collector communities, and probably more than community feedback being an issue, I imagine it was their retail partners pushing back on that because it's just not working out right for them. So all things together, they found a way to say, looking like they're more environmentally conscious still than they were before, but it's a compromise. They're compromising on this to try to keep the money happy, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you think with them going back to these windows, this could somehow possibly improve some of the QC issues we've been seeing, especially in Lightning Collection? Because
No,
I'm
sorry, Don. No,
They're not going to go back to. They're not going to go back to internal blister packaging. I don't think. Like, you'll still have the cardboard insert and like the accessories wrapped in the tissue paper.
But those quality checks happen.
A lot of Lightning Collection's problem is getting the wrong accessories.
Yeah, and a lot of the quality stuff though also happens before it goes in the box.
All that stuff happens before it goes to the packaging facility, which at least in some cases we've heard is not the same place where the toys are made.
Yeah, so no effect.
Sorry, Don.
I didn't think so. It's just and I'm not even a huge Power Rangers fan, but the QC on these things has never gotten any better since Wave 1. It's actually gotten worse in a lot of cases.
Continually worse.
It's the factory.
Yeah, sorry, Don. So,
but hey, this does technically count though as one of my predictions for 2023.
What was it?
Enclosed packaging.
Oh, cool. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, if it does apply to Transformers, because Transformers was specifically not mentioned on the press form.
I think it will.
I think it probably will. It's just interesting that was not specifically named on the release.
Yes, because how many Transformers have we seen with their heads removed in the packaging?
Yeah.
Well, Paladin's seen a lot of them, which is making me a little suspicious. But I mean, there's definitely been.
Okay, so this was something that just popped up. Legacy Breakdown, variant identified. It has a toy-inspired deco and a new alternate head.
So
I imagine that alternate head was made with the intention of going on the eventual G2 breakdown.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
Toy-based head.
Yeah. That's got to be a head that they're going to use in production, and it accidentally got put onto this.
As far as the paint decos, no idea.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think you would accidentally get like G2 Breakdown's paint masks if they were different in the first place, done in G1 Breakdown's colors on the G1 version of the
new
toy.
tampos and things. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's got to be a conscious decision.
Yeah, running change.
Yeah, evidently. I mean, there already kind of was a running change with Breakdown because it was being found with Legacy Evolution instruction insert, where the first releases had just Legacy, because they actually talked about that specifically in one of the previous Instagram posts or reveals or something, that they actually made the effort to have it in regular Legacy packaging in Wave 1 of Legacy Evolution. So for the in-box collectors, they would have a matching set of the deluxes. But that has, production varianted into Legacy Evolution packaging now that first batch is done. So this either is going to be just another running change in that way, or it's going to reship at some later point with these changes as a specific part of a new wave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
still a little weird though.
Yeah. JT Prime provides 2 new Legacy Universe listings: Core Class Beast Wars Dinobot and Beast Machines Cheetor.
Nice. Well, I know what Don's getting for Christmas.
Yep.
I mean, that's not as funny because Don only specifically hates Beast Machines Supreme Cheetor. I don't think he hates Beast Machines Cheetor as a concept.
The toy was terrible, but
Night/Cheetor isn't bad.
Cheetor was actually quite good.
Yeah. But I'm saying the Beast Machines first Cheetor, the Mega.
Yeah,
it was
Not
a
a good
spindly.
toy.
It was a spindly, fiddly mess.
It's a bad toy.
I could never get that to stand up without external support.
Yeah.
In robot mode.
So Core Class Dinobot.
I mean, it's not that out there. Like, all they gotta do is use the engineering of the original deluxe toy, and they can do that at core class.
Core class is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Like,
really into it though. Like, we have a good Dinobot.
Well, yeah, but that was available 2 years ago, and it cost $35.
And it's not a core class.
This will be $13 and available next year.
Yeah. I like the core idea of core class. Core class, I want to say when something goes to core class, it's a core, I hate to say core, but a core character, Optimus Prime, Starscream, Megatron, even, like they don't just put like any character, they'll put any character in the deluxe scale. It's almost like they'll put any character in the Voyager scale, but they don't put just any character in core class.
Hi, Iguanus.
Well, Iguanus.
Yeah,
core class is kind of like a combination, I think, of just, core characters at the most affordable price possible and characters designed to go with the larger figures that can't really go anywhere else. So
yes, Rob articulated that like Brian intended to.
and I'm just being a jerk.
Yeah.
And so but yeah, like Brian said, it is nice to kind of see that Dinobot is apparently considered one of these core characters.
I will say,
nice.
In the last 15 years, I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've encountered someone in the store buying Transformers and excited about it that didn't involve like BotCon or us. Mm-hmm. It was that kid who found that Galvatron a couple weeks ago, and like a 35-year-old dude who found Dinobot 2 years ago. That guy was so happy to find that, and then he couldn't buy it. Because he couldn't afford it. And then he walked away, and I just sort of snuck up and took it and walked off because I didn't have it yet. So, yeah, I felt terrible. But that's the only 2 times. So Dinobot is a core character, so.
And Blade Raider points out correctly, of all the Beast Machine Maximals, Cheetor will translate best into core class.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, Optimus Primal would too, I think.
I think
that was never complex transformation.
You could get a rat trap. I don't know why you would want one, but you could get a rat trap in core class.
Yeah, I mean, they did it with the Happy Meal toy, so I don't see why core class couldn't.
Yeah.
Actually, core class Night Scream probably wouldn't be that hard to pull off either.
But you wouldn't want a Night Scream.
Well, if it was a decent toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the Car Robots bat? I can't think of the name.
Car Robots bat?
Gigatron?
The Darkscream?
Was it Dark?
That was the Flying Squirrel.
That's Flying Squirrel.
Oh, Flying Squirrel. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah, I was thinking there was a bat that made its. Yeah, never mind.
I mean, I would take core class Robots in Disguise Predacons.
I would love to have a gas skunk.
I would take any of them. I got the original toys out here somewhere, and they're still great figures, but I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them.
Gas skunk, or whatever their names were. I get them all confused, but yeah.
Yeah,
Spitor and Gas Skunk.
Yeah.
And Darkscream.
I don't know why I thought Darkscream was a bat.
Slapper was the third one, not Spitor.
Spitter was the mold, but Slapper was the red one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get a toy called Slapper anymore.
No.
Just a guess.
No. My favorite news item of the week, Jason Jankowski shares behind-the-scenes video of Tommy Kennedy sequences from G1 Season 5. I watched the whole thing.
That was good. Great. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I scanned it with great interest just because.
Yeah, it's a 36-minute video. It's basically just someone's home videos from the filming of those sequences, and there's a little bit of hearing the crew talking and setting stuff up, and mostly it's just, watching the various takes.
So Jason Jankowski is the guy that played Tommy Kennedy. So, this is, it's not that obscure, but a lot of people don't remember this. So I'm going to, for those who don't remember, in 87, 88? 88, a syndicated version of the Transformers, which fans call Season 5. I don't remember what the production codes are. I don't know if it's officially Season 5, but there are wrappers around the episodes, unlike the Cybertronic Space Cube in G2, which is basically the same idea. It features a giant puppet of Optimus Prime and a kid, Tommy Kennedy, and Prime's telling him stories. And I've always loved it. I've always thought it was crazy. I remember watching it as a kid on Saturday mornings and I'm loving it. A lot of people just don't care for it. I remember I got VHS copies of it from Rockman 666 years ago in Alt Toys Transformers. And the quality was like 17th generation. It looked awful, but I still watched the heck out of them because I loved them. And seeing this behind the scenes just hit me in the feels.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. And it's way better than the quality of the 17th generation copies I had. So
yeah, it's probably, I haven't exactly done a lot of digging for that online, but it's definitely the best footage I've seen of the Optimus Prime puppet.
I think the ones on YouTube are for me.
Okay.
Because Zobivore converted them to DVD for me years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he uploaded them, or somebody uploaded them. So, yeah, they're not great, but this was wonderful. There's a joke at one point about Tommy or Jason doing drugs, and he's like trying to sniff a 7-Up can like it was Coke. And he's probably 13, so it was hilarious that, one, he knew what drugs were. I don't know. But
I mean, when he was found, that was like atomic bomb went off in the fandom, because it's like he exists. He really does exist. And it was this kind of like Bigfoot, like actual sighting of Tommy Kennedy and everything else.
Blue Streak 7 found him and interviewed him on his Gamer Going Great YouTube or whatever it is.
Wasn't it just a blog interview?
Blog interview.
Video?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've had kids since then. So, yeah, but it's awesome. So I remember, I can't tell you how many people messaged me with this. Did you see this? Because of course, this is something I've been a fan of for years. And I'm like, yes, I saw it. Thank you. But yeah, it was wonderful. So that was my favorite news item of the week.
I like behind the scenes stuff like that in general. Like, it's interesting to watch the production happen. Maybe not at like absurd length, but like this was interesting just to see the various stages and processes and actually see the Power Master Prime animatronic like in operation.
Yeah, and Peter Cullen had to overdub the voice because he wasn't going to sit around for all that. So the person, I guess, in the puppet or somebody else did the voice, and
it would have just been a crew member doing the guide vocals.
Yeah, guide vocals. I didn't know that term, so that explains it. It's very, very
I mean, it's a term in music in some cases, but I think it's also in like general voiceover productions too, when you need to feed somebody lines.
I mean, it's important that this stuff is found and preserved, because as we get further and further down the road from when this was created, it's going to be harder to have this part of the history.
How else are kids going to learn about Transformers G1 Season 5?
Well, I mean, it's just it's nice that it was found to be preserved.
Yes,
like there's a YouTuber that found the complete Saban Moon, the one opening to Saban.
I don't know what that is.
You don't want to know, Brian.
Yeah,
move along quickly.
Yes, but I'm just saying. No, that's a terrible episode. But no, it's basically if Saban, who did Power Rangers, did Sailor Moon, and it's very terrible. But again, it was lost media. And then she found it.
Guess what? The one thing Don asked about this weekend at McKay's, Sailor Moon product.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes. Well, no, I thought it was a figure art, but it was a DVD set, because the boxes are kind of similar to me.
I can see how you would get.
Don and I hung out this weekend. We'll talk about.
Well, I got kind of mad. I got kind of mad at McKay's for some bait and switch. Well, it's not technically not bait and switch, but it made me mad, so I'm gonna call it that.
Yeah, Don was in bad mood. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. Which one of these Rise of the Beast stock photos is worth talking about? Because I don't want to click on all of these links.
Let's see. Probably not the ones I called shovelware.
Shovelware Bumblebee movie repacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of the Bumblebee movie like low end toys pre-decoed and repackaged to fill out the Beast Alliance lineup for Rise of the Beast.
A lot of these toys are in the store. Like the Beast Alliance RC, isn't that in the store?
I've got the two.
Okay, so the Beast Alliance RC and Cheetor is a new mold RC with a mild redeco of the Cheetor Battlemaster. It's a new product. It's not out or available yet.
Oh, okay. Like the Beast Mode Optimus Prime, that's definitely not out.
No.
And I saw
actually, it is in the UK. It's been found in a store in the UK.
Okay, so like I saw people like giving it crap. I actually don't hate that.
It's just weird. It's like that Bumblebee with the eagle popping out of the chest.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I might buy that if I see it.
So I haven't seen this picture yet. Is that RC like a deluxe-ish?
It's a Headmaster RC Don in G1 colors.
No, it's not. I'm sure it's not.
So the figures that come with the Battle Masters in these 2-packs are like between core and deluxe size somewhere. I don't think we have any image of the robot mode for it yet. The stock photo is just the motorcycle and Cheetor and the package.
What's the over-under on this Optimus Prime being a spoiler for the movie?
The lion chestburster one?
Do you think that's going to happen?
I think Rob had the best answer to this when we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I said there's not much chance anything that interesting is going to happen in the movie.
There you go.
Killed Brian.
Yeah, sorry, you made me cough. That's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of stock photos out for
I'm dizzy. Oh man, Rob, don't do that again.
Mostly upcoming Rise of the Beast, mainline toys. They're out there. It's in the show notes if you want to check out the pictures yourself. tfradio.net/826. I mean, about half of it is what I called shovelware repacks from the last movie toy line, and the rest of it, we'll see more of it soon enough, I'm sure.
I don't hate this Battlemaster Optimus Primal.
No, it's totally fine. It's fine.
For what it is, it's fine.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to buy any of the Battlemasters at full price, but like when they inevitably like get marked down a couple bucks on Amazon or whatever, I'll probably.
How much are they?
I believe they're $6.99 SRP.
Oh, that's right. So I'm like, did I pay $30 for these three or like $21? So I paid $21. That's better. Okay.
Oh, also, Deluxe Mirage apparently has gray tires, which is a little unfortunate.
Well, let me click it.
Mold layouts. What are you going to do?
Deluxe Mirage.
Yeah, it's down in there somewhere.
Well, the thing is,
bottom of the article.
Yeah, it's not Mirage anyway, so I don't care.
Well, yeah. I just care because it's, wrong color tires.
Yeah, it looks bad.
It's an ugly toy, too. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, it really doesn't look that good.
Looks really bad.
The Studio Series didn't look that good either. This design does not seem to translate to toys at this level very well.
Yeah, like in the movie, it looks fine.
Yeah, but the movie doesn't have to obey the laws of physics.
No, the toy
or reason or common sense.
Yeah, toy just doesn't look good.
The movie doesn't need to have common sense.
It doesn't.
No.
I wish it would, but I guess no. It
7 movies in. Why start now?
I know. Well, Bumblebee was okay.
Bumblebee was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Optimus Primal themed Nerf rifle.
It sure is a Nerf gun.
It's a gun with a gorilla on the side and
a Maximal logo.
Yeah, and a Maximal logo. And amazingly, even though the form factor is very similar, it is not just a reuse of a character's shotguns from Overwatch. It seems to be a new mold.
That's what it looks like that. I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah, it is not one of Reaper's shotguns, even though I kind of thought it would be at first glance.
Have to say, 24 minutes into the show with some editing, if you're listening to this, it might be a little earlier than that in the show. Jumping straight into the news, we're almost done.
Also, if you want the unedited version where it is actually 24 minutes, sign up to Patreon at patreon.com/TFRadio.
No. No, not in that case.
No?
Oh, no. That editing for time you will do for the patrons, but not. Gotcha.
Editing for like content. This isn't a content edit.
Gotcha. Okay.
I truncate silence.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you sit through. What are you doing, Don? Okay. Huh? What?
I mean, they're paying for it. They must want it.
No.
So, let's add a new tier. Authentic awkward silence tier.
No, I'm not doing that. No. Nope. Nope. Okay.
No, to be fair though, when you said editing, I thought you were like actually like doing
that's
just a silence delete pass.
Yeah, no, that's just God. I probably should edit this out. That is just part of my stack of effects and everything that I run.
Right,
I have a macro that does all that. So,
and if you do add this out, I
Gotcha.
just got our patrons their money's worth.
yeah, you're exactly right. But that's a macro. That's Brian automated most of that after like 15 years. I'm like, I can just save myself 30 minutes a week.
Good.
Anyway, this Nerf rifle gives me like a similar feeling to the Star Trek Nerf products we saw a few months ago, or like it's kind of interesting. And if they had done it a little bit differently, I'd be more interested. Like, you know, the phaser rifle having Star Trek stamped on it and everything kind of killed it in the
Ruined it.
Borg theming. But like, you know, I get for branding purposes having like the picture of Optimus Primal on there and the Transformers branding on it. But like if they had made it something that looked like, you know, an in-universe thing, it actually would have been kind of interesting, maybe tempting to pick up.
I like my Nerf gun, my Transformers Nerf guns that I got like 10 years ago. There was a Bumblebee and an Optimus Prime one. They were pretty cool.
My favorite Nerf adjacent, because I don't think it was Nerf branded at the time, it might have been, was the Optimus Prime Big Rig Blaster from the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that thing was great. You just shoved your whole hand in that trailer and pulled the lever, and it turned into a gun around your arm.
I love seeing that at Goodwill.
I remember I think it was St. Charles BotCon, the last BotCon, and I was at a friend's table, and he was selling his, and a young kid came up with his father, and I think my friend had $10 on it. It was
This is the kind of stuff that would get edited out.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to make, and never mind then. It's
No, go ahead, Don. No, go ahead, Don.
No, it's just he had it there, and that kid was so enraptured that he had to have it, but he didn't have enough money for his allowance. I pulled $5 out of my pocket and gave it to the kid so he can get that gun because he wanted that thing. He thought that was the coolest thing he had seen the entire show.
Cool. Thanks, Chris.
And
no, that's awesome, Don. That was a wonderful story. That was a wonderful story. Okay, so Transformers Cross Mini World revealed for the Chinese market. What is Mini World?
A game, I think, like an online game.
I kind of like these. They're
neat.
They are, and they look painted. They look like they're decently painted.
It has awakened an odd need in me for a Galvatron that turns into a minivan.
Yeah, and the Starscream, the little cube jet thing, is kind of like interesting.
I like how Bumblebee's, when it opens up, it looks like Autobot headquarters, basically, at least because of the colors. I don't know if it was intentional beyond that, but like you got the, you know, basic theming there.
Yeah, it looks like Teletran almost.
Yeah.
Does nothing for me.
They're interesting. I wouldn't go out of my way to try to find these because like I doubt we're gonna see like official imports of this since it's merchandising for a Chinese specific video game, but like they're kind of neat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like stuff that would show up at Five Below.
Brian, this really seems like the kind of thing you have been all over like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's when I realized I was spending too much money on crap I don't need.
I mean, that's very fair. I'm just saying, like, you know, Brian a couple of years ago would have been all about this
That
stuff.
Brian is dead.
Yeah, Brian is dead. Long live Brian.
What do you think, Don? Don's giving it thumbs up. Don, come on. What do you think?
It's
Don and I are on the same page with this.
Yeah, it's I mean, if it was Transformers like Mad Max, like Mini World, like little play sets.
Oh, Mighty
Max.
Yeah.
Don, you had me going for a second. I'm like, Mad Max Transformers would be
sorry,
awesome.
Mighty Max. Sorry. No,
Well,
like,
that's the Junkions, Brian.
Well,
Yeah.
Junkion.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, if it's like little Polly Pocket Mighty Max little Transformer play
Like the
sets,
Star
right?
Wars, like the Star Trek things we saw this
or
weekend.
like
the
the like the Micro Machines, the Killer Whale and the Spider were years ago, something like that.
Yeah, Beast
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
Microverse.
Yeah. Oh, Beast Wars Microverse. Yeah, I've got a couple of those over there. I forget about those. Cool. Okay.
Most people do, to be honest.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, what else? We almost done. Mark Mayer post Beachcomber behind the scenes.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm still at the point like I don't care.
I love it.
You'll care more when it's the G2 colors.
I'll care when I have it in my hand, but like until I actually see it in person, and like it doesn't do anything new.
Just ankle and waist is about the only thing it does.
And parakeet.
And
parakeet, yeah.
Yes, from Titan to Turn Beachcomber.
So
I cannot forget the parakeet.
According to the Instagram post, apparently making the tires PVC was kind of an instrumental part of actually making the parakeet possible to do. They probably needed a slightly more flexible, durable material for the small detail piece like that, so it wouldn't just snap off.
How often do they use PVC in Transformers?
Not much.
Not very.
Because PVC breaks down over time.
Yeah, I was thinking silicone might have been a better choice for the softer parts.
Yeah, so just the only thing I remember...
Holds dirt terribly, though.
So the only thing I remember is years ago reading in a copy of Beckett Baseball Card Monthly, they're talking about how like PVC sheets should be discontinued because polyvinyl chloride, which is the material, breaks down over time and can cause damage to like whatever it touches.
Yeah, like an acidic reaction.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's still the case, if things are better now, but that just seems like not smart to me if that's the case.
I don't know if PVC was the material used in like the blast effects where we had the problem with it causing deformation, some of the harder plastics over time, and like Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon with the tank tread doing the same thing. In both of those cases, we're pretty sure that was a result of the plasticizer used to soften the material, leaching out and interacting with the other plastics, causing the like melting kind of effect on that.
The soft plastic parts will yank the paint right off a Marvel Universe figure too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do feel like he's kind of teasing us because he's using a G2 Beachcomber.
Of course they'll do
in
a
the
G2.
photos.
Oh yeah.
He said flat out in the Instagram post, like he's not sure if he'll be able to get one of those made, but he is tempted to go to the paint booth and make himself a custom one. He apparently loves G2 Beachcomber, as all good people do.
To get their money out of it, they'll have to repaint it.
Yeah,
almost
or
have to
retool it.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, hopefully we get G2 as opposed to another Golden Lagoon release. That would be good.
Well,
I think we'll see him as Ruckus, quite frankly. But
and they could,
I would absolutely love a G2 Beachcomber.
Yeah, they could always, if you squint and look out of the corner of your eye, they could get a Buggy Man to go with Crasher as well in blue or orange.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the Transformers-based GoBots redos are like super accurate to their original alt modes anyway.
Yeah,
so like it still fits.
Yeah, I love that idea, Don.
Yeah, I'd go for that as like an Amazon thing, but like we absolutely have to have G2 first.
Ooh, they could do it in red for like the red buggy that came with Diaclone Ultra Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and here's something else: if we keep getting these mini bots and stuff, we may eventually get the e-hobby kind of
the
GoBot set, but with all these newer molds and stuff. So that could be a down the road kind of thing.
Isn't that where Road Ranger came from? From that Amazon 2-pack?
And Bug Bite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. BWVS-02 Rhinox and Scorponok up for pre-order $70. That's less than I expected.
No, I saw that. It's like, hey, no.
Yeah, it's like 9,000 yen in Japan with tax.
Yeah. I already pre-ordered it.
It's I don't like either of those molds enough to get them again. I'm still holding out for a Fractal Pack Rat 2-pack from what they're doing. I do not like that Rhinox mold enough to get it again.
I skipped the Rhinox mold originally because basically everybody said it was a lateral move from Thrilling 30, so that was fine.
Okay, now I'm starting to regret this. Somebody saying something nice about it so I don't cancel it. Okay, nobody's going to.
Yeah, no, I can't help you there.
Okay.
Yeah. Paint's nice and all, but I don't think it's that nice. So
new Transformers Sleep Story. This time it's EarthSpark. Is this from? Yes, Calm. Yeah.
No thanks.
Is Peter Cullen narrating it?
No.
If it's from EarthSpark, it'd probably be Alan Tudyk.
No, it's the kids.
So did I tell you that like I discovered there's like a genre of podcast that's basically that? There's one like the Honeybee Hour something. My kids listen to it now. It's like they take IP that's out there, Disney, Marvel, whatever, and have these bootleg podcasts where they make up like a bedtime story featuring these characters completely unlicensed. But it's like you, and it says you. So you are like Moana, and you jump in the water, and you clench your fists together and take a deep breath. Wait, no, that would kill you. But it's like take a deep breath to like I think when you're Bumblebee, take a deep breath to transform. And it's like trying to put people to sleep. I need to get into this business and start doing podcasts about that.
Maybe we'll have that instead of a Christmas album this year.
Yeah.
If I heard that, I'd be like, to me, it's like an audio Find Your Fate book. You just keep like, I don't know.
That's not a bad way of thinking about it, Don. It's basically the same level of quality. But like this, like the Calm app, the one story I listened to was just horrible. At least with these podcasts that I'm talking about, they are interesting and entertaining, and just how bootleg they are. But yeah. Okay, I'm not doing this. Not getting it. I'm not signing up for Calm again to listen to an EarthSpark story. Unless we get like an affiliate code, and then I'll say that I did. Okay. Hey, let's jump to what we got this week. Don, you should go first. And and talk about our adventure this weekend.
Okay, well, I had a Saturday off, and I had nothing pending with the contractors and stuff. So I went down, saw Brian, went to a local toy show. This company, toy shows are all about the same. It's half toys, half ball cards, sometimes racing memorabilia, depending on the time of the year and where you're at. The show
I was at last weekend was not sports cards. It was all toys.
Oh, wow. That's odd for them, because generally half of the whatever exhibition hall they're using is sports cards. But I mean, there was some interesting stuff there. It's a lot of this. If you go to one show, you've seen them all pretty much. But there's interesting stuff I haven't seen in years. Looking back, stuff I remember seeing on the peg hooks, being old and like that. But I did pick up a couple of things. Basically, it was a toy crawl weekend. I appreciate it. Well, first thing. Hang on. There. Christy bought me a Bluetooth speaker for $8 at the local bin store. Works great. Nice. So now I can listen to everything from in a different room. Someone on Amazon, I do not know who, there was no note, bought me a 50 pack of action figure stands. Just little whoever. Nice. So if it was one of y'all, thank y'all. If it wasn't one of y'all, whoever was
that on your Amazon wish list, Don?
I don't know. I don't remember putting it on my list.
So I will say, it popped up in my email that you added that to the wish list.
Okay, I thought I was just looking at them.
Seconds later, I bought it for you because I'm like, oh, this is cheap. And he literally just put it in his wish list. So he'll be shocked that somebody got it that quickly.
Yeah, I am. So thank you, Brian. That'll be good for all my loose figures whenever I can start putting stuff up.
Like literally,
downstairs.
I got the email because I'm an administrator on Don's wish list. I don't know why, but because I think I set it up.
Yeah, you made it originally.
I set it up, and like I got it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna punk him and get this for him, and he'll be shocked. And anyway,
I
didn't even mean to do it.
And it's amazing how expensive action figure stands can be if you look at certain kinds.
50 for $15 is not bad.
No. Also, I want to just say for the majority of our audience who only gets this in audio format, go back to the YouTube version of this episode and watch Brian's facial expressions when Don reveals the Bluetooth speaker. It's pretty priceless.
Yeah. I thought it was adorable, Don.
Okay. A lot of different things. Some of the stuff was based around targets to get 25 off 100 if you spend. Some of the stuff was to get to that amount. I picked up it's the larger version of Car.
The Night Automated
Night Rider. Yeah. Which the reason I got this was if I go to a convention and Peter Cullen's there, I want him to sign it. So there's that. Also, again, part of the stuff I like but wasn't going to spend the money for, although I saved some money. The Hollywood Rides, I got the Ecto-1, the better Ecto-1, the prettier Ecto-1.
It's not the Ecto-1A, the good one. It's the Ecto-1.
No, that's why this is the good one, because it's the cleaner, more better one. So I got that.
So it's also not Afterlife Ecto-1. That's good.
Good, yeah.
I'm sure they'll dirty that up and do a version of that.
I think Don dropped that at the store too. When I think it's amazing it didn't break.
Yeah. Picked up some Masterverse stuff. I got Man-At-Arms. Again, this is part of the Target sale stuff. I probably wouldn't have gotten at full price.
Was that this weekend with me? I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Man-At-Arms. Sorceress. Good looking Sorceress figure.
Yeah, it's nice.
And one of my personal favorites to go with She-Ra, Shadow Weaver.
It's the wrong Shadow Weaver.
Well, it's not.
I love the Netflix.
Yeah, I do too. But I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It was cheaper than what I've seen online. Today from Hasbro Pulse, one of the things I got. This is one thing I was thinking about. We were talking about going back to plastic windows because my friend Icon45 on Twitter told me about this, and one other item was in stock at Hasbro Pulse. I got the Crimson Bat, and he said make sure because there's some issues with the Crimson Bat, some QC issues and some parts issues.
What are the issues?
He said like I'm doing this from memory.
I've opened 3 and I've not encountered any issues.
Like I think he said like one of the hands was like 2 of the same hand for the same side. Maybe a missing part. I just remember him saying there was some QC issues, some very tight joints. So I want to open them up, but I want at least one Crimson Bat to go with Zaymot and Tomax. The figure that I mentioned in pre-show, I had a spare Cobra Python Patrol officer, and I wound up trading. I had $10 in it and $5 out of pocket, and I got Barbecue.
He traded my wife's friend. He cheated her out of like $5 worth of Barbecue.
Well, I mean, it's the Blue Marauders version. I've always liked Barbecue. I've always thought he's had a great look.
I didn't realize that was what you got, Don. I would have probably tried to snatch that up.
Yeah, it's the Blue Marauders version of Barbecue, so I got that. Also at the show, I hadn't really got one of these. They vanished before I can get one. I got the Baroness with the Cobra Coil. $35 because the box was a little damaged.
Oh, okay.
And so I figured that was a pretty good price considering what they were going for on the aftermarket originally. Stopped by GameStop on the way out of town in Greensboro, and I picked up Evolution Crosscut.
Oh, nice.
I had my $5 monthly reward from GameStop. So I figured, I mean, it's pretty nice in person. It's one of those, I'm here, I have $5 off. My local store's not been getting a lot in lately, so, I didn't want to have to do that. And thanks to Brian, for him letting me get these as part of the Target run, I got 2 Rhinoxes.
Yeah, I gave Don one of mine so we could hit $100.
Yeah, so that way I can get them. But now I have 2 chain guns for Rhinox. So there's that. Today, the other item I got from Hasbro Pulse was my second retro hot rod. Because again, Icon told me they were in stock. Now these all may show up at Ollie's in 6 months for Christmas.
Yeah.
With this whole retro hot rod being impossible in stores to find, and all of Wave 2 of Velocitron just never showing up. So we got a feeling this stuff's going to show up at a discount or somewhere. But I wanted one just to have a second one hedging my bets. If something's wrong I haven't opened the first one yet. The last thing I got was brand new. It was also part of the Target run. I got the Rise of the Beast Jungle Mission 3-pack with Wheeljack, Cheetor, and Nightbird, which I'm looking forward to opening tomorrow if I have time. So I'm looking just a nice set, and really it was what, Brian, 54 at Target before any discounts.
Yes.
So you're actually saving about, if these are 25 a piece,
20.
Okay, you're still saving.
I was wrong, Don. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I thought these were the $25 versions, but still, I mean, you're still saving a little bit of money on the 3-pack.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you got it as part of the sale too, you can justify it even being cheaper.
Yeah, and to wrap all this up, I actually found a few days ago 2 Star Wars ships, the Havoc Marauder. Got them for $22.50 a piece with the sale. Sold them each one for $100 on eBay. So all the stuff I showed you, I have out of pocket $50.
Don was doing a lot of business in his truck while we were there. I made
basically one of those ships covered all of the costs associated with selling both of them, and the fees and the shipping. So I wound up getting $100 profit off the second one, which covered $100 of that. So I got $50 and all that out of pocket.
See, so you barely paid anything for that 3-pack.
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool.
That's
Anything
all I
else,
got.
Don?
That's all I got.
Cool. Who else? Diecast.
I got a second MP Skyfire.
I'm jealous. I haven't got my first yet.
I didn't mean to, but you know.
Oh, Diecast, they are going for a decent amount on eBay on the secondary market, because it popped up in my search for some reason. I wasn't even looking for it, but.
And then finally from Hasbro Pulse, I got Origins Jazz.
Oh, he's a great figure.
Because he has not shown up at any targets in my area, even though they're apparently clearance already in some markets.
Yeah, we did not find any on clearance this weekend.
And then, unrelated, but Hasbro, I got a Ghost Rider that actually comes with a motorcycle, which is what people want.
And that's nice. The last figure in the retro line. They're putting the line on hiatus, from what I understand.
Oh, so it's going to be a collector's. Look, and it's unpunched.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All right.
CGA that.
Yeah. That's it.
You know, I was checking. So Diecast had mentioned his Skyfire. So I'm checking Big Bad. I'm like, when am I going to get that? Because I have like quite a few things in my pile of loot. And they have a spring clearance sale right now.
They had a Gundam model that I'd been thinking about at like the $70 range that was down to like $45, and I grabbed that.
Well,
what was it?
She Gundam.
Well, right now, Transformers Ultimate Wave 1, $100, $107.
Did you see the case of G.I. Joe reaction figures for $100?
$100. Yeah,
I'm sure you don't need any of those.
I don't want it. I don't want it. No, but that reaction Wave 1, that's like the deepest discount that I've seen on a whole set. So.
Which the other Gundam thing I wish they'd come down a little bit further on was the set of like G.I. Joe scaled figures that comes with a actual like mobile suit cockpit seat, but they still want $146 for that those 3 figures in that seat. And that's just too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
Really cool set though.
Yeah.
Rob, did you get anything this week?
I did, in fact. I got 3 things, one of which is on topic. The other 2 are relatively quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I got a 2 terabyte solid state hard drive from my PlayStation 5. I got that.
Does it have to? How does it connect? Is it USB?
There is an internal slot on the underside of the PS5 to attach the drive. Basically,
so it's M.2 or what is it? It's
an M.2. Got a Samsung 2 terabyte drive. I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order off of it. It plays just fine, no problems. I was hoping to be able to save videos to it, so to save some reads and writes off of the primary drive on the PS5, you can't store videos to the external drive, to the secondary drive.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so they've programmed the PS5's operating system like it's an Android.
Probably. The joy of closed systems, but like I said, I can play games off of it, so I can actually have a few more things installed and still have.
Can you run games off of USB?
I've never tried.
You can on an You can on an Xbox. The Xbox SSD drive though is proprietary format.
You can only on the PS5, and sorry if I didn't hear the whole conversation, but the USB hard drive can play PS4 games, but you can't play PS5 from the hard drive.
Okay, that's fair.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Size difference.
Yeah, and probably I think read speed is like the
speed.
The throughput's probably the problem.
I mean, the size of the file affects the throughput.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also finally got a copy of Fallout New Vegas for the PS3 because I've never actually played through it, and my brother said basically it's his favorite, so I tried once a long time ago and didn't get very far. I messed something up, but I wanted to try it again. I thought, okay, well, I'll just download it, because I have it on Steam. I looked at the Steam page and it says, okay, here's the mods you actually need to get it to work on a modern Windows 10 computer, and I bought it off of Amazon for the PS3 for $18. The last thing I got, which is actually on topic, somebody on our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, apologies for not remembering who it was exactly, let me know that Studio Series 38 was back in stock at Hasbro Pulse. So cool. I have never actually gotten a copy of that before, so I really do like it. It's a nice looking figure. Yeah.
Which one is that?
That's Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see why that gets knocked off to high heaven and why it gets reissued.
It was
frequently.
Josh Wheeljack64.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
It's so nice. It's the only Studio Series figure that I remember the number on.
Yeah, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's complex without getting frustrating.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know for the most part what it's supposed to be doing. I had a little bit of trouble with the headache rack in the back end just because it's really supposed to be that hollow when you're done. And yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
But it has one, so that's more important.
Yeah. So
hey Rob, on your copy, is yours, when I got mine and I compared it to Earthrise Optimus, Bumblebee movie Optimus did not feel as sturdy. It's something about it was just a little more floppy. Do you have any sturdy?
Legs, maybe?
Yeah, he just didn't feel as solid of a figure.
Well, I can't sadly compare it to Earthrise Prime, but I think it's fairly solid. The upper body is good and solid. The legs, I feel like they're not precarious, but just something about them, because they're made up of so many different panels, just do not quite feel as solid to hold as you might expect a figure like this to. But they haven't given me any trouble holding his weight, and I do like that. Yeah, they managed to arrange all the panels on this thing so that there is not like a single hollow spot anywhere on this figure, and that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And that's everything I got this week.
Wait, Chris, did you get anything?
No.
Okay, Matt.
Nope.
So it's me.
Yeah.
Okay. So Diecast last week discovered catalogs from G1, so I thought that was cute. So a friend of mine at work, my boss's boss, her boyfriend found a lot of paperwork for toys, and I helped him out with pricing, like toys and stuff they were selling before. So she gave me all the Transformers paperwork. So there's an 84, 85, and 86 catalog. There's some mail away catalogs, and there was a Motor Master instruction manual. So
Nice.
yeah, it's always nice when people just leave me stuff. It's happened quite a bit over the years where people would give me toys or whatever they would find in their closet. I'm still kicking myself for not taking that USS Flag.
Ooh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Fair
Yes,
response.
Yes, I will kick you when I see you in person next.
yeah. The more I think about it, he knew I wasn't taking advantage of him because I told him that he should not give it to me. But then I'm like, but if you really want to, I'll take it. I should have added that part.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you might still have it. Maybe you should just ask.
I haven't talked to him in 5 years. That'd
be a little awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
I'd be like, hey, you still have that flag?
Go ahead, Don.
I randomly get 18 figures, so it's
I wasn't
out of the realm of possibility.
I wasn't on the show when you got that. I was out that week. Don, that's a wonderful get. That's awesome.
I am going to find a acrylic gray case to put that in, because I do not want that bubble coming off that card, and it's precarious in a few places.
I mean, you might just get it AFA graded,
or have somebody cast epoxy all around it.
Don't do that.
I don't think I have the mana for that. I don't think I have the mana for that.
Yeah. So okay, I got some stuff. I got that 3-pack from the Bumblebee movie. Nightbird, Wheeljack, and Bumblebee.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Brian,
Cheetor. I'm sorry, not Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Okay, they're
Same
both yellow.
thing. Same thing.
Yeah. Cheetor, not Bumblebee. Go ahead, Don. What are you gonna say?
I'll say I've watched videos on all three of those. And to 2 new molds figures, they look pretty good. I'm looking forward to tearing.
I don't like the Nightbird that much.
Needs different colors for one.
Yeah, it's weird. The Wheeljack's not so bad though. But like, so I also got the Battlemaster, Skull Cruncher, Rhinox, and Cheetor. I got I forget what the price point is, but the $12 Rise of the Beast figures. I got the Bumblebee and the Optimus. Checking to see if they might be decent toys. You know, they are what they are. Basically, something like this, if I buy it, I don't want to give it to my kids, and they'll be happy with it. So they don't fit my collecting goals, but my kids don't have collecting goals. They just acquire. So they are me 2 years ago. So bunch of other stuff. I'm just going to do it in order that I can grab it. G1 Sizzle, and it works. So, yes, slowly but surely working toward my G1 collection. I already had a loose one of these, but I saw it and I bought something else on Mandarake. So I'm like, maybe I could just squeeze this in and get the same amount of shipping. It is a sealed Power Hug because I always love the colors on Power Hug.
And the name too is great.
The name is great. Actually, I had 2 Mandarake orders come in this week. So, this was not what shipped with it, but this came a couple months ago. I got that sealed Laser Prime, the Vintage, not the Encore.
Yeah.
This isn't sealed, but it's also a Prime of Justice. It is the Hero Optimus Prime. The G2 Japanese box. So, other thing I got, which did come with Power Hug. It is I'm trying to remember the specifics on the history on the toy. It's the anime color Galvatron.
E-Hobby, I believe.
It is E-Hobby, but like it's the 82S, is that the number? Yeah, the D2. Like it's the one. It's basically the anime color.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been wanting it for a while, and it's not that cheap to buy from the US, but it's always cheap from Japan. And like I usually when I see one, somebody else snatches it up. So I snatched it up. I bought it when I was actually behind Don while Don was wheeling and dealing on eBay. I bought this. So I bought it Saturday and it came today.
Nice.
Yeah. And last thing, it's a bunch of things. It is a big box of Micromasters G1.
Oh, that thing was 12 to 35.
Yeah, so Battle Squad, Battle Patrol, Rescue Patrol, which I already have the Rescue Patrol boxed with Countdown from Japan. So it comes with that, but I don't have a loose set. Construction Patrol, Racetrack Patrol, Race Car Patrol, Sports Car Patrol, and Monster Truck Patrol.
And it's amazing. That entire box has more charm and fun in it than all the Micromasters they did for Siege and Earthrise.
This is true.
Yeah.
So this is a big chunk toward my G1 collection. This is like 32 toys. Or 31 toys. Because the Battle Squad is only 3 figures, so. But yeah, so I didn't get the Hot Rod Patrol. I already had it sealed. I kind of wish I'd have bought a loose set, but I didn't want to go crazy. So, I mean, I still have Micromasters I need. Most of my collection goals, though, are the remainder of the Action Masters, basically almost all of the Pretenders. I still only have a handful. I still only have like half of 1984. Once you get in 85 and 86 and all that, and 87, I'm pretty close to all of that already. I really just need to sit down and figure out what I have and what I don't. I've got like a checklist I started years ago that I need to go back and finish. So, but eventually, maybe not. Actually, it's kind of funny. I found I don't listen to a ton of podcasts, but I found one from I mentioned Beckett Baseball Card Monthly today earlier in the podcast. Dr. James Beckett, the guy that founded it, he's like retired now and he's old. He's out of the business of in the industry of baseball cards and all that. but he has a podcast where he just, as an old person, uses on his collection stuff, and it's a lot about unfulfilled, things he wanted when he was collecting, and just having to but having to recapitulate, like, all of the. It's the thing about it. It's listening to him. It's kind of like where my head has been. He said in a podcast I listened to this week. It's like, when I die, I want to have fewer things than I do now. Not zero things, but fewer things. And that's kind of, he's probably in his 70s. So that's kind of interesting that his mindset now in his 70s is where we kind of are in our 40s. We're all in our 40s. Chris, you're not in your 40s yet. You're in your late. Did you just hit 40?
Almost.
Okay. So, but it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not buying this micro thing. I cannot buy these Rise of the Beast stuff because I really want to have. I've set really specific goals in my collecting, and it actually feels really nice. And then when I get old, I want to get rid of I want to get rid of a lot of that stuff and have like a very maybe when I'm 70, all I have are my McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Don't know. But what I do know is I want to thank our patrons at patreon.com/tfradio. You guys are awesome. Patrons get an ad-free version of the show. The podcast, you get RFC a day early. Doesn't mean 24 hours, but if I post it at 8 p.m., you might get it one day. You'll probably get it at 6 a.m. the next. But if I posted at 8 a.m. for, patrons, the rest of the world wouldn't get it till the next day. So like 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So it depends on when I get it posted, but it's the day before. A higher bit rate. Weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast, unedited episodes of RSC, and we rambled so much about like editing the show. There will be an edited version of the show this week. So there will be an unedited version on Patreon. There will be 2 versions. So
you're welcome.
Yeah. Hot 5 podcast a week early. Patrons at the touch tier get to be on Hot 5, and patrons at the touch tier get to be mentioned on the show each week and listed at tfradio.net/credits. If I wasn't the host of the show, I would be a patron myself because that sounds pretty awesome. I want to thank our touched patrons, Kevin Dorsey, AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell. And Joey posted the best picture of Dawn on Twitter this week that he edited. He added the word balloon to. I should retweet it. I think I did.
I think they got shared in our Discord also.
Yeah, I deleted my Twitter, so I can't go and retweet it.
Again?
Yeah. So Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, hopefully permanently now, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, and Jason Hiley. Welcome back. So want to thank all of our patrons again, but touch tier patrons get to be mentioned on the show each week, and we appreciate everything that you do. We also have our Amazon wish list, our Amazon affiliate link at tfradio.net/Amazon. Go buy some toilet paper or DVDs or something. I just bought on Chris Triplett's urging, like every Scream movie. And then when Scream 6 comes out, I'll probably get that too. He said I should do it, so I did it.
I still haven't seen 5.
Triplet has an unhealthy amount of power over you, I feel.
He does.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Just to let you know, I went to Manadroke, and they have the Hobby GoBot set on the front page.
How much?
100,000 yen.
That's a lot of yen. It's a good exchange rate right now, but that's still about $800, I believe.
Yeah, I just happened to spot it and wanted to let y'all know it was available if any of our listeners would like to have that.
They had it a while ago.
Or at least like to look at it.
I thought they sold it. It was an open box.
They also have a 1994 G2 breakdown from BotCon.
Yeah, I saw that one.
How much?
200,000 yen.
Okay.
That's a lot of yen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brian, where's your stuff at?
You can find me at briankilby.com and hopefully soon more on Discord at tfradio.net/Discord.
Well, that's where you can find me.
Yes.
tfradio.net/Discord. Great community there. I love all of our regulars. I'd like to see more people hang out with us always. So, go check that out. You can run it right from your browser. No need to install anything. Just go to tfradio.net/Discord, sign up for an account. Make sure you remember your login credentials so you don't have multiple accounts like Diecast does. Because as Diecast is on the road, sometimes he just makes new accounts instead of trying to remember how to log into the one he made originally. Makes it kind of hard to direct message him or send him mentions on there if we want to specifically get his attention, because we don't know which diecast to address it to. We might just make a role called diecast and put all the diecasts in that so that you tag the role in Discord then instead of the individual user, and he'll be sure to get that. But yeah, so you can find me there. If you want to find the stuff I do on the internet, that's at playwithphotography.com. As you might expect, there's toy photography there and related things. I also have an Amazon wishlist at tfradio.net/chrislist, which, is part of the affiliate program. So it sends all the money back just like tfradio.net/Amazon does. I think that covers it.
Yeah, Rob.
Okay, I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, which is the Twitter for Flailthroughs, my YouTube channel. At the moment, still mostly Gundam Battle Operation 2, because that is, that's the thing I've been doing for almost 5 years now. Going to be 5 years in July that I've been covering that game. Yeah, they just had another beta on Steam. Went very well. So a lot of people seem to enjoy it, so happy to see that. This week's mobile suit was the Psycho Zaku Mark II, which I got and put a video up for yesterday, I want to say. And if you like the game, if you want to see what I'm up to over there, youtube.com/flailthroughs. If you want to help me with it, patreon.com/flailthroughs, where you can make specific requests of the game, specific mobile suit combinations, etc. I think you'll appreciate this one, Diecast, one of the ones I'm working on. Someone actually, there's a mobile suit called the Isaac, which has a giant radome for a head. Someone's requested I do it as the Staples easy button, so I'm working on that at the moment.
Nice.
So yeah, patreon.com/flailthroughs if you want to help with that, and of course tfradio.net/playlist if you just want to send me stuff.
Done.
I'm gonna reach on Twitter at HMRC 4 EVR.
Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter, because I'm not gonna stop tweeting at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast, and eventually I'll have some new reviews up. But if you want to see some old reviews, go to youtube.com/RFC Reviews.
Cool. That's it. We will see you next week. Bye. Nobody else said bye.
See ya.
Recording stopped.
Okay, so if I could get, I forgot about this being on Mandarake-don, the GoBot set. If I could use PayPal and buy in 4 on this, I would probably get it. Because I think I could sell $250 and stuff on eBay.
Is that how much it is? $250?
No, $750.
No, it's a lot.
No. $750. I'm pretty sure something like this I would have to cover. I would have to pay to get rid of it. So
the link I posted?
No, I don't need that. So that was the 6 individually boxed Constructicons. I have a Devastator box set.
I just wasn't sure what you were. Yeah, because it's like I'm kicking myself for not buying that GoBot set when it came out.
I'm kicking myself for selling it for $50.
Whoa. Yeah.
So yeah, if I could use PayPal and pay in 4, I would do it. I don't want to put it on a credit card. I don't want to get money out of the bank account.
Well, Brian, I mean, you may be able to do 6 months. That will give you more time than paying 4.
No, I don't want to do. I want to do paying 4. That's what I do.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
Yeah, paying 4 is how I do it, because there's no interest, and I pay it off in 8 weeks, and it's done. So I don't use PayPal credit, which it is PayPal credit because that's what it is. But it's just done. It's out of the way. So, but I can't because you can't do that through Mandarake. Otherwise, I probably would have already got it.
All right. I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you guys later.
Take care, Matt.
Hey, people watching live, we're going to go to bed.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you people watching live.
Later.
Okay, goodbye.